In the 1960s, while the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was in full swing, a new front was about to open: the space race. Although the U.S. had made significant advancements in rocket technology, materials, science, and aviation by utilizing scientists recruited from Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union was leading the race. Many milestones, such as the first artificial satellite, the first living being sent to space and returned, and the first manned spaceflight, had been achieved by the Soviets. It seemed that the Soviets were also one step ahead in the race to become the first country to land humans on the moon. However, the U.S. had a powerful trump card that it had kept hidden from everyone. When this trump card was played, the Soviets would be completely wiped out of the space race. So, what was this super trump card? Welcome to Hollywood. With the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, humanity set foot on the moon for the first time. However, even after 54 years, the reality of this historic achievement is still a subject of debate. The first official source of these claims is Bill Kaysing. In his 1976 book titled "We Never Went to the Moon: America's $30 billion Swindle," he extensively addressed technical and scientific doubts. Interestingly, Kaysing claimed that while writing his book, he used data from an engineer who had worked on the design team of the Saturn V rockets used in the Apollo missions. According to him, the Saturn V rockets had been hastily developed to ensure the U.S. did not fall behind in the space race, and the probability of success for a manned mission was calculated to be almost zero. Bill Kaysing's claims laid the foundation for conspiracy theories. These theories, which particularly fueled public distrust and skepticism toward authority, resonated widely and attracted more attention. Kaysing questioned many elements, from technical details in the moon landing footage to shadow angles, and these claims were based on the concepts of skepticism and hidden truths, which are the building blocks of conspiracy theories. Over time, these theories diversified through technology and media, being examined from different angles. For example, questions about the adequacy of NASA's communication technologies at the time raised new doubts about whether these achievements were truly possible. In 2007, Richard Hoagland published a book that examined this issue in detail. Hoagland questioned the contradictions in the photos and videos allegedly taken on the moon, and whether such technology existed at the time. These claims caused a significant stir among the American public. In polls conducted in the 1970s, 30% of the public believed that the moon landing was a hoax by NASA and the government. This percentage was shaped by the political atmosphere of the time and the debates in the media. One of the reasons for the widespread belief among the public was distrust in the government and criticism of the cost of the space program. Particularly, the economic burden of the Vietnam War led many to view the space program as unnecessary and a form of propaganda. Additionally, some popular media content and the views of conspiracy theorists contributed to deepening these suspicions. These debates also found their place in popular culture. For example, the 1978 film Capricorn 1, which depicted the behind-the-scenes of a fake Mars mission, further fueled doubts about the moon landing. During this period, the debates were not limited to popular culture. With the rise of the internet, conspiracy theories spread even further and took on a new dimension. Incidents such as Buzz Aldrin physically confronting a conspiracy theorist reignited these debates. However, NASA and the scientific community repeatedly responded to these claims, presenting documents that proved the authenticity of the moon landing program. 400,000 people worked on the Apollo missions, and 600 million people watched the moon landing live. Concealing such a massive fraud would have been nearly impossible. Yet, conspiracy theorists continued to present new evidence to support their claims instead of accepting these explanations. Here are the main claims and their responses.
and say that all the tapes were erased. I mean, it's incredible.
There are a couple of questions that I do have from time to time. Who shot the footage?
I see a lot of footage that gets doctored.
In this section, we will address the most common claims regarding the authenticity of the moon landing and their scientific explanations. Additionally, we will share the broader context behind the technical details to help readers better understand each claim. Shadow angle inconsistencies. It was claimed that the shadows in the photos taken on the moon being at different angles indicated the use of multiple light sources. However, this situation is explained by the perspective effects caused by the moon's uneven surface. Scientists have repeatedly proven that the differences in shadow angles are a natural phenomenon. Starless sky. The absence of stars in the photos was interpreted as NASA arranging the footage to prevent the positions of the stars from revealing the hoax. In reality, this is due to the camera's settings to properly expose the moon's surface, which suppresses the brightness of the stars. Additionally, this phenomenon has been scientifically examined and clarified. Lunar module landing marks. The absence of engine marks at the Apollo module's landing site drew attention. However, the moon's surface has a thin layer of dust that can absorb the thrust from the engine. According to NASA's explanations, the slight thrust during landing did not leave any permanent marks on the surface. Van Allen radiation belts. It was claimed that humans would be exposed to lethal radiation while passing through these belts. However, the Apollo modules followed trajectories that minimized radiation levels while passing through these belts, and the transit time was very short. This strategic route planning, which reduced radiation exposure, has been confirmed by many experts.
Was it difficult? I mean, committing the greatest fraud, faux landing, was it harder than 2001? Was it very difficult? I mean, what was the experience like? So 2001 was harder than faking the moon landing?
It actually was.
Because you learned things on 2001 and...
Yes. I mean, 2001 was very ambitious. And that's not to say that faking the moon landing was not ambitious.
Stanley Kubrick theory. The claim that famous director Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landing footage has been circulating for years. However, the basis of this claim is a fake interview and misinterpreted information. It has been repeatedly proven that Kubrick had no connection to these claims. There is a wealth of scientific and technical data proving the authenticity of the moon landing. The 382 kilograms of moon rocks brought back from the Apollo missions were examined by independent researchers, who confirmed that these rocks have characteristics not found on Earth. Additionally, the laser reflectors placed on the moon's surface by the Apollo modules are still used in scientific experiments today. These reflectors are considered one of the most concrete pieces of evidence of the moon landing. In conclusion, while the moon landing debates attempt to overshadow humanity's great achievement, scientific facts and historical records are more than sufficient to debunk such claims. This success is a tangible example of humanity's courage in exploring space and venturing into the universe. The moon landing, representing the triumph of scientific determination and curiosity, is a milestone that illuminates future explorations. The moon landing is one of the greatest turning points in human history, and this achievement is a victory for scientific curiosity and determination. No matter how long these debates continue, the data obtained by scientists and this achievement of humanity will always remain a source of inspiration. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in new videos.